Don't give me the hurry up hands.
No, it wasn't the hurry up.
Okay. Well, what was that?
Start.
Start what?
The show.
Well, we're trying to start the show.
No, say what you normally do.
Well, which game are we doing first?
That's not what you... Just pick.
Okay.
Make an executive decision. Jesus Christ, we can't do this live.
Sure we can. Hello and welcome to the Press Continue podcast. I'm your host, Adam.
And I'm your host, Brittany.
And today we're going to talk about some Super Mario Bros. 3.
All of it.
On
not
the
just
original.
some of it.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
I did just play the whole thing.
You did?
Yeah. On Twitch. So if you're not following us on Twitch, because we're multi-streaming on multi-platforms today, it's twitch.tv/presscontinuepodcast. I went through the entire game, no warp whistles.
That's lame.
It only took me 4 days, which spanned across like 6 hours.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I guess. I died a lot.
I'm sure you did.
Because I couldn't remember how to play this stupid game. I hadn't played it in 20 years. And I always warped through everything.
Yeah, so did I.
So, yeah. So I went through every single world. So I got a lot to say about every single world.
We'll start talking about it.
All right. Well, Super Mario Bros. 3 released on February 12th of 1990 on the original NES. Considered one of the best games of all times and the third best-selling NES game ever.
Why do you keep pluralizing everything? Best of all times.
What?
Of all time.
Best of all times? Best of
all time.
Did I write it that way?
I don't know. But that's like the third thing you pluralized wrong in the last 5 minutes.
Freaking grammar Nazi. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Continue.
17 million copies this thing sold. One of the only games that sold more than that was the original Mario Brothers because it came with every single system. So they sold 40 million copies of that.
That doesn't seem like a lot though, as far as how many people are in the world that play video games.
17 million?
I mean, guess it's a lot. I thought it would be more than that.
Well, they're still selling it now on Virtual Console and junk like that. It's still, when it came out on Virtual Console, it was actually one of the fastest selling games that Nintendo's ever had. Because everybody wanted that game back again. Your glasses are a little worn out right there.
I'm getting new ones.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're a little bent, too.
Yeah, I stepped on them, remember?
Yeah. No. I think I remember what you do.
You know, you fixed them.
No.
They're trashed, man.
Yeah.
They're not even bending right here.
You're trash.
Look at them. They're a disaster.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just
because you wear them. You're a nerd.
I am a nerd.
In 2007, this game was included in the game canon. I don't know what that is. Apparently it's after the
game
comma.
Game canon.
A list of the top of the...
Okay.
God, let me say this again.
This is live.
In 2007... That's why there's mess ups in live. That's why you watch Saturday Night live because they screw up, and
bad.
It's funny when they're hilarious when they like crack under pressure. So, in 2007, the game was included in the game canon, quote unquote, a list of the 10 most important video games selected for preservation by the Library of Congress.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So they chose 10 games.
I guess they chose 10. Don't ask me what the other 9 are. Because I know that's your next question.
It's going to be that one surfing one you mentioned.
TNC Surf Design?
Yeah.
That's definitely on the list. Flippy Toad is definitely... There's a big statue of Flippy Toad. And he's just got his hand out like butt grabbing for all the librarians.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
You have your librarian hair today too.
Oh,
What's up with that?
Come on.
What?
Stop talking about me.
I am talking about you because that's what I do's. So, there's a story behind the Mushroom Kingdom, and Brittany's going to have story time for us.
Whoa.
This is direct from the manual.
The Mushroom Kingdom has been a peaceful place thanks to the brave deeds of Mario and Luigi. The Mushroom Kingdom forms an entrance to the Mushroom World where all is not well. Bowser has sent his 7 children to make mischief as they please in the normally peaceful Mushroom World. They stole the royal magic wands from each country in the Mushroom World. They say
Each
mushroom.
country?
So it says, and use them to turn their kings into animals. Mario and Luigi must recover the royal magic wands from Bowser's 7 kids to return the kings to their true forms. Goodbye and good luck, says the princess and Toad as Mario and Luigi set off on their journey deep into the mushroom world. They said mushroom world. 1, 2.
Did they pluralize
3,
it too? Mushroom worlds?
4, at least 5 times.
Yeah.
In like 2 paragraphs.
So here's what doesn't make sense about this story to me, right?
Yeah.
So at the end it says Princess and Toad say goodbye to Mario and Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're saving Princess from Bowser.
Yeah.
What?
It's
goodbye.
Only Toad that says bye, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't it normally only Toad that's saying bye?
Yeah, because the princess is captured.
Yeah.
And you go through the whole game and you save Princess.
Yeah. So
how does she say goodbye at the beginning and then you save her at the end?
It was lost in translation. I'm sure that wasn't originally written in English.
This is there's too many holes in this Mario story. I'm not believing a second of it. Or was that an imposter?
I don't know.
Well, wait, so through the whole game, every time you beat a castle, or it's not a castle, it's actually a ship, you get a message from Princess.
Yeah.
Like a letter, and then a power-up.
Mm-hmm.
So, was she running in front of you? Leaving letters behind?
She was in the ship getting taken away each time, right?
I don't know. No, it was just the
kid?
Bowser Jr. kids.
Huh.
Whatever, the Koopalings.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is the first game with Koopalings in it, too.
Yeah, they're all ugly. All of Bowser's kids are hideous.
You ready for this, though?
Yeah.
You just insulted 7 people. Because the Koopalings were based off of people that actually worked on the Mario Brothers game that worked in the office.
I feel bad for them. Some of them have buck teeth.
And terrible hair.
And bad hair, yeah.
And, you know the wands that you collect? They said that they kind of look like microphones.
They do.
So when they translated their names to English, they used all, like, composers' names.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me to name all the Koopalings. But one of them was Ludwig. Beethoven.
Ludwig?
Yeah.
Ludwig.
And then one was Roy, which was Roy Orbison. And I forget some of the other ones. I'm pulling this from memory, and you guys know that I do not know names very well at all. But they took them all from musical names.
Cool.
Oh.
Cool. Going through puberty, sorry.
So do you remember when you used to fail at the castles, and then the ship would fly across the map, and you'd have to like chase the ship down?
Yes, and it could go past places where you have to beat it again.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
To make it difficult.
No. It's
Why?
hard enough once it gets past like level 5.
And use the whistle. That's why they put it in there.
No cheats. Stop cheating.
It's not a cheat.
It is a cheat.
They wrote that in there to make it easier.
Especially, okay, so we'll talk about warp whistles here. So, everyone knew where the first warp whistle was. Mm-hmm. And do you remember why everyone knew where the warp whistle first one was? Do you remember where the first one was?
Did you walk behind the screen or something? Like walk behind the finish?
Yeah, that is one of them. You go to the white block, and you hold down long enough, and you fall behind everything, and you go to the finish line, and you find the hidden room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that was the first warp. Where's the second one? Do you remember where the second one was on World 1?
I don't.
Okay, do you remember the movie The Wizard? With Fred Savage.
Yeah, I was going to say Fred Savage, yes.
Yes, okay.
He had the glove, right?
Well, the guy he was up against had the power glove.
He looked really cool.
It's so bad. It was terrible. I had a power glove.
I'm sure you did.
And I returned it a week later, because you couldn't control anything with that piece of junk.
It was just like an NES controller like sewn into a glove?
No, you had to put these infrared sensors around your TV. There were 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, my TV was too small, so it'd keep falling off, even though it gave you like Velcro stickers to put on there. And it had the thing on your arm, besides having the, D-pad and stuff, it had a 1 through 10 keypad. And you'd have to type in the code for the game you were going to play and program the stupid thing. God. And then you have to point it at the thing and calibrate it. So it had to know when your hand was open, close your hand, 1 finger, 2 finger, all that junk. So you had to calibrate the frickin' thing. And then you'd go to play something. I tried to play Mario with it, and I remember Mario, you'd put your hand right, move right from to run right, you go left to move left. And then it was either, I think you would put your index finger down to jump, and then your middle finger down for run. It never worked. It never recognized anything. All you would do is kind of walk, run, stop, jitter, die.
Oh my god.
It was just awful. It was nothing like the commercial. I mean, it was considered the biggest flop in controller history.
It looks dumb, too.
I would love to have one now just because, but I would never use the damn thing.
Oh my god.
And they were expensive. They were like at least $100 for this stupid thing. I guess I always wanted to play Punch-Out with it, and I never got to. Because that was supposed to work really good.
Yeah, because you're punching with your
Because you're
fist.
actually punching. So thanks Power Glove for making the Wii. So that's basically what happened eventually.
Power Glove made the Wii?
Yeah, it's the same technology. It's all infrared.
Oh.
But then they,
Just improved upon it?
20 years later, they kind of figured it out.
This works better now.
Yeah.
We have a bar. It had a little bar across this thing.
Yeah, well, we had a little bar.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. A little bar.
Yeah.
That's
and then they made Punch-Out for it. Which I still have yet to find for a decent price. Anyway, so back to the Wizard.
Okay.
So, and then, the Wizard, that's a depressing movie, by the way.
I don't even remember it.
So the premise of the Wizard.
Oh my god.
From what I remember, because I know I watched this movie again a few years ago, and I'm like, God, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's about a little kid that is traumatized by his twin sister's death.
Okay.
And he goes into a weird space where he does not talk anymore. And, the parents are all wigged out trying to figure out how to get him to talk and be a person again. And then when he finally does talk, because he saw video games in a commercial there's a video game tournament in California. So the whole movie, all he does is go, California, and shakes as he says it. And that's all he does the whole time. And then Fred Savage, his big brother, decides, well, yeah, we have to take him to California for this. So they, hitchhike across country.
Oh, yeah. And get murdered?
Well, they find that they team up with this girl that's a total con artist, that's maybe a little bit older than Fred Savage, who there is actually a almost rape scene in this movie. But the only thing that any of the kids cared about is because it highlighted a bunch of NES games through the whole movie, so that's all we cared about through the thing. The Power Glove with Rad Racer, and I think there was Legend of Zelda and some random things, but the big payoff at the end was everyone's first glimpse of Super Mario Bros. 3 ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was months before the game even came out, or it was in Nintendo Power or anything like that. So everyone went to go see this movie to see Super Mario Bros. 3, just a tease glimpse, whatever of this, like when George Lucas put out the Star Wars trailer and everybody go see whatever shitty movie it was to just see that trailer. So it was that same kind of thing. So at the end of the movie, when they're finally playing Super Mario 3 as the game tournament, and that's the surprise game and for the finals, you see how to get the first warp whistle, and it's in the first castle. You run and fly up and go on top of the screen, and there's a hidden door up there, and then you get to the warp whistle.
I think I did know
everybody
that, but I
knew
didn't know
where that
from
stupid
the
thing
movie.
was. Everybody knew it from that movie.
I
If you
didn't
saw
know.
that movie, you knew where that warp whistle was.
I don't think I'd seen that movie until I was an adult, and I don't remember it fully, so it wasn't that.
Don't bother ever watching it again.
I
even
wasn't
have it.
planning on it.
I have it on the computer, and I'm like, I need to delete this, but at the same time, it's a
Nintendo.
crappy piece of history that I'm sure I'll watch again someday. But it's awful. It's just plain awful. So how about some power-up talk? The new power-ups in Super Mario 3.
What are the new power-ups?
Well, there was the leaf that everyone knows that turns you into the little
raccoon.
The little raccoon that makes you fly. That was the first time you could fly. The Tanuki suit, which you only saw a couple times in the game.
I don't know if I've ever saw it.
The Tanuki suit is instead of just having the ears and the tail, you're in a full raccoon suit.
I don't know if I ever got that.
I think I only saw it in like one level where you can actually get it, and it was one of those, the traveling Hammer Brothers on the map.
Mm-hmm.
You'd get it from that. And I think Princess, after beating one of the levels, gave me that suit too. But the difference is, besides being able to fly and tail whip and all that stuff,
mm-hmm.
if you push down and jump, you actually turn into a statue, a Tanuki statue, which apparently is some like Asian god or goddess or something,
mm-hmm.
and you're invulnerable.
That does sound familiar for some reason.
And with that suit, it was actually the first time you can ever ground stomp. So if you jump and turn into the statue, you'd slam down and kill whatever you'd landed on.
I think I have played that then.
So that was something neat. The frog suit, which I literally hardly ever use, but I finally got to use the frog suit in a swimming level. Holy crap, I can play swimming levels. Because I hate water levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can actually deal with a water level when I have that suit on.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
And I survived.
You're an amphibian.
Yeah. But then when you're on ground, forget it. You're supposed to be able to jump higher and further, but you can't control anything in the air.
That's a Tanuki.
That's kind of what he turns into.
It's a Japanese trickster spook. Originally evil, now icon of generosity. It's like a little raccoon.
Yeah.
Raccoon dog.
Oh, okay.
I want one. Look how cute he is.
Oh my god.
Good.
And then the Hammer Brothers suit, which would turn you into Hammer Brothers, and you actually throw hammers.
Look at his
genitalia.
genitalia.
Look at that. Now, you would be looking at that right away on the raccoons. I know how you love the raccoon junk. And as a Hammer Brother, you can duck and cover.
Uh-huh.
You see all these too in Super Mario Maker. You can get all these suits again. And my favorite that I only saw in one level, and I think it is only in one level in the entire game, was the Kuribo shoe. Do you remember that?
No.
Where there's a Goomba bouncing around in like a little green Christmas sock. And
Christmas stocking.
A Christmas stocking, yeah. And you jump on them, and then you can get inside the shoe, and you just kind of like bounce around and jump.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Coolest thing ever. I'm always like, I gotta get the shoe. Even in Mario Maker, I do the shoe thing, and I freaking love it. It's so much fun just to bounce around in a little shoe.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You are a simple man.
I want to hide in a big sock and bounce around. I'm going to do it one day.
I'm sure you will, and then that'll be the day you get taken away.
But I'll be taken away smiling.
Get the shoe.
Yeah. Don't forget my shoe. Bucket list complete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have a bucket list?
Nothing like yours. I mean, kicking me down the stairs, reenacting Christmas Story.
Yeah, I mean that's highlight reel. That's not bucket list. That I never saw that coming. But when I saw the opportunity, I definitely tapped the head with the foot.
So the sock thing is a bucket list item.
I think that's a bucket. Well, it's a sock list.
I can't even with you.
Can you oddly?
No. Yeah, you're oddly
for sure. So besides Mario power-ups, there's also map power-ups, I guess you'd call them. Map-ups? Mups? For example, you'd get a cloud, which would let you skip a level. You'd have the magic P-Wings. I always call them P-Wings, just P-Wings. They're magic wings.
P-Wings.
They would... Penguins?
Penguins.
But they would let you just fly forever through a level. So you just fly over the entire level.
Yeah.
Yep. So I use that cheat a lot in World 8. I just flew over every single level.
I thought you didn't like cheating. Should have just...
Warp cheats. Some levels there's impossible to get
Flying
past.
across the entire level cheats are fine, but warp cheats aren't.
Well, star power, of course. When you get in a level, the hammer. The hammer, some paths on the map.
And then you crush it open, right?
Yeah, they have the rocks there, so you crack it.
This was a cool game.
There's a lot going on. The music box, which would play soothing music.
Make them fall asleep.
Yeah, make all the Hammer Brothers fall asleep.
Oh, yeah.
And the anchor. When you use the anchor, the ship couldn't fly away anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, getting through the whole game one time, playing every level, I did not get one anchor.
Well, you didn't do it right then.
I guess not.
So, I played this game a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
And did it come out on the NES?
Yeah, we said that
Was
third sentence
it Super
of
Nintendo
today.
or just Nintendo?
Well, it came out in Nintendo. We said 1990.
Okay.
But then they had Super Mario All-Stars that came out on the Super Nintendo, which was, they took Mario 1, 2, 3, and Lost Levels and converted it to 16-bit on the Super Nintendo.
Okay, because I remember my mom bought us the NES and this game.
Yeah.
And Bart versus the World or whatever.
Right, versus Space Mutants.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why she bought it for us, because it was we were at Toys R Us and we're just like, please, can we have it, please? And she never bought us anything, and then she was just like, okay. So I don't know what was going on at that moment that she was.
Was it Mario 3 or the first Mario? Because it actually tells me you got the first Mario, and then eventually bought Mario 3.
I thought it was with Mario 3. I didn't think we got the first one.
She told me that
the first one we
played it a ton.
Yeah, we played it at the Salvation Army.
Oh, you used to go there and play it.
Yes, they had it on
kiosk.
Yeah, like a arcade game.
Oh yeah.
And we played every day for hours. Just ate junk food.
Right. This is a great parenting moment.
She just left us at the freaking Salvation Army.
Here, well, I'm gonna drop you off.
She had to go to work and was like, peace, you'll be fine. Every day for the summer.
What?
Yes.
I don't want to know anymore.
We should be dead.
Oh, you should, or kidnapped or something.
Yeah.
You should be in a box in pieces somewhere.
Yeah, we just got lucky.
Good thing you had Mario to keep you. Here's your babysitter. Mamma mia! Eat a pizza and play the games.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my childhood.
Wow. At least you weren't some kid running around just yelling, California.
I mean, we could have been. I don't really remember a whole lot about it.
You blocked it out.
That might have been us.
Yeah.
I'm Fred Savage.
You're savage, all right. Did you know there was a 2-player mode?
No.
Besides just taking turns? There was extra mini games?
No, I didn't know that.
There were 3 mini games, and I remember messing around with it once. Okay, so if you got both no, we're not lagging. I just can't speak. Because when you play 2-player, you have both Mario and Luigi in different spots on the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it alternates turns. Well, if you get Mario and Luigi in the same spot and you press A, you go into a mini game. You challenge the other player.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the games you would play was the original Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Which I don't think you've really played before.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Not Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers.
Oh. Does it look like Donkey Kong or some janky?
It looks like that.
Yeah, that's jank.
And what you had to do was run around and get the first that got 5 coins would win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then the other one was there was a pipe in the middle just spouting out coins. And the first, or whoever got the most coins at the end won, but there would also be fireballs, so it could kill you. That would spout out too. And then there was a third one that I don't even remember, but it was kind of like Donkey Kong where there were ladders in the middle with 3 levels and a bunch of blocks. And they had coins hidden inside, so the first one to get 5 coins would win that. And what you would do is, if you won, is you would actually steal one of the other players' power-ups.
Oh, okay.
So
but then how would you go back to the game?
After the mini game, you get back into the game, and now it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, you would go back and forth. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So you can sit there and just challenge each other all day long, and there's the game.
Amazing.
Things you didn't know about. Yeah. Did you ever get the white mushroom house?
I don't remember.
It was hidden.
All of this sounds familiar.
Yeah. Again,
we just played so much.
I played the whole game, and I did not trigger this once. But the white mushroom houses, you had to get a certain number of coins and certain levels to make it appear. And it would get you the anchor or the P-Wing. Mm-hmm. So that's how you get the anchor. Like, I think I looked it up, and it was like World 4, or 1-4, you had to get like exactly 44 coins, or else it wouldn't show. It was like weird, really weird stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I do remember that, but it's been so long.
Yeah. And I didn't trigger any of the treasure ships either, which would turn one of the Hammer Brothers into a ship just full of coins. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and you just run through.
Yeah, you just run through collecting coins.
And it wouldn't actually shoot bullets or anything. You'd hear it, but it'd be like, it wouldn't actually shoot it.
Really?
You'd hear the noise. I thought.
I don't know, because I didn't get it to trigger again. I don't remember from that long ago. But it was weird because you had to collect multiples of 11. You had to have coins that were multiples of 11. The tens digit in your score had to match a multiple of 11. And you had to stop the timer at the end of the stage at an even number.
Oh my god.
Yeah, how obscure is that, and how do people find that out, that you had to do that kind of stuff?
Much and getting lucky?
I guess. But I remember I used to do it. But I don't, I would have never remembered that obscure thing on how to do it. I always thought it was the other thing where, the auto-scrolling levels. Mm-hmm. If you collected all the coins, it would trigger it. But that's what triggers the white mushroom house.
Okay.
So I kept saying on the when I played it on stream that I was gonna try to get that ship, and I was doing it all wrong. But they're all levels that are way too hard for me to deal with anyway. So. What are your thoughts?
It's one of my favorite Mario games. I played it a lot, and it's probably one that I actually spent enough time to just play the thing entirely.
Yeah, with no warp whistles?
Yeah, I mean, what else do we have to freaking do? Why warp through it when you're just trying to play? Like, I think when we first played it, we would use warp whistles, but then we just go back and play every single thing.
Yeah.
And I hated the sand levels.
Okay, the sun. Do you remember the sun?
He was such a D.
Oh my god.
I hated that guy.
It's still, there is a way to kill the sun. I've done it before. Yeah, you get the turtle shell and throw it at the sun, and then you kill the sun.
Yeah, but he comes back.
Oh, sure.
Freaking dick.
He's like the guys that always give me the guy that rides on the cloud and throws the spiky balls. I hate
sucks.
that. I hate that. Yeah, anything that swarms down at you or throws something down at you.
It must have been the way they felt like, when arrows were invented and then people in planes. It was like, oh, fist in the air, like, get me from above.
The sun. What?
Like in warfare.
Oh, Lord. Death from above.
Oh, I start getting really angry when things are being catapulted.
I died a lot to the sun. On that one level, where all you do is run across. All you do is run straight across, and the sun, goes in circles, revs up, and then comes down to get you, and you're like, ah! I can't get away.
Those are my most hated levels, or, when the blocks move, when they,
when they come to life?
Pyramid stuff.
And jump at you? Ugh. Oh, I love those guys.
Ugh.
They're so funny, because there's, a little baby Goomba hiding in there. Yeah.
They jump.
Yeah. I like them. They're funny. They make me laugh every time.
Look at you trying. You can't even see.
Of course, I hated the water levels, but Pipeland.
Mm-hmm.
Pipeland sucks. Because I'd always be taking the wrong pipes and going the wrong directions, It was not my friend. Pipeland, but I always liked it. It was, what is it, Giant Land? Remember Giant Land? Big Island? Not Big Island. That was the alternate name for it. Yeah, it's Giant Land. Where everything was like twice as big as it's supposed to be. Like the question mark blocks were gigantic and the turtles were gigantic and everything was just like blown up. Yeah. So I had fun in that kind of level.
In the Giant Land?
Yeah. Because it's so weird. You know, I like weird stuff.
I do. You were weird. Sorry about that.
But this was something, too, that 2 versions of the game came out. Mm-hmm. Okay? And you can tell which version you have by the name of the worlds. Or, not worlds, because they are continents, apparently. According to the manual, right? Mm-hmm. So you can tell what version of the cartridge you have by the names of the continents.
Okay.
Okay. Because when it first came out, they were Grassland, Desert Hill, Oceanside, Big Island, The Sky, Iceland, Pipe Maze, and Castle of Koopa. Then the second version came out where they did a few bug fixes as well, and that's what most people saw. But then they would change it to Grassland, Desert Land, Waterland, Giant Land, Skyland, Iceland, Pipeland, and Darkland.
So they're all lands now.
They're all generic, stupid names instead of how it was before.
Castle of Koopa.
Yeah. So, that was something kind of interesting. I never knew that they came out with multiple versions like that.
Well, they're probably trying to improve it.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Apparently the bug fix was too much text in the land names. But here's something else that makes sense when we go through the story, too, is that why they called it the levels, or the worlds were continents, is because if you look at the full world map in one screen, because, you know, a lot of them scrolled between multiple screens, some of them, like one of them was actually the shape of Japan.
Oh, okay.
One makes a giant turtle, which I know is not a continent, but it's still a shape.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
But the continent, you know, Japan. Okay, there you go. That's continent, right? It's country. What is it?
I don't think it's a continent. Asia is a continent.
Well, what is it?
It's an island. It's a country and an island.
It's a country, okay. Shut up.
Which were you asking me?
And then, Pipeland, when you back up, it's actually the shape of a bunch of pipes.
Whoa. Isn't Pipeland a continent?
Yeah. Yeah, Pipeland. It's called Alaska.
Yeah. Yeah, because they have that pipe.
Yeah.
And the people.
The Alaskan pipeline?
Yes.
The pipe where they traffic all the people to Canada. Because, you know, those Canadian Mounties, they
know what the hell you're talking about.
They block that. They don't want those dirty Alaskans coming in to
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're American.
Yeah.
Dirty Americans.
Yeah. And the French.
The French
what are we
trappers.
talking about?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm just, like, going with it.
So how about we review this game? Give an official review. I guess this whole thing has been a review, hasn't it? So you need to give it a rating.
A rating?
Final thoughts by Jack Handy.
What was that little creature? The Tanuki?
Yeah, Tanuki. Are you giving it a Tanuki penis?
A Tanuki junk. One giant Tanuki sack. And if you don't believe me, look it up on Google, because
Brittany will post a picture later.
Yeah.
Post it on Facebook right now. If you're not because if you're not following our Facebook page, you're missing out too. So you need to go press continue podcast on Facebook, and you know we're live streaming on Twitch. So if you're not following the Twitch stream, make sure you hit the follow button on that one, because I play a lot of games during the week as well. And we're doing this live on YouTube. Again, press continue podcast on there. And I'm doing Mixer, just for the hell of it. So just search for press continue podcast and everything, and follow and like and all of it. But Brittany is posting it onto Facebook right now. And Gonna say, like, if you're not watching our live stream right now, you're missing out. And put a picture of that on there.
Yeah, no one's gonna care.
Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to Facebook? Do you even Facebook, bro?
I don't, actually,
no. I know you don't. Why'd you have to hide it from me when you pressed it like I was looking over your shoulder? Oh, Lord.
This isn't even gonna fit.
Just do it, man. Even if it half shows it, then they gotta press on it and they're gonna be like, ugh!
Just continue.
Well, no, you need to say that if you're not watching the live stream, you're missing out, bruh. Go to the top. So I'm going to give you my review, or my final rating. I give it one long road trip to California.
Oh, like the mute kid?
Like the mute kid.
It's true.
Wow. This is good stuff. We are like high quality broadcasting, I swear. Let me see. We only cater to the highbrow crowd. Like high eyebrows.
Yeah, people that like take them off and draw them on.
Not like classy people, because, you know, we're like school in summertime.
Really class filled, because we're dumb and we have to take summer school.
No class. Oh, we're gonna talk movies and stuff now?
Like what?
Well, I don't know, you've seen a ton of stuff and I haven't.
I recently saw...
Wait.
What?
Hey, Brittany.
Hey, what?
Watching good TV lately? What do I usually say? What do I usually say?
Something.
It's not This Week in Gaming News. It's the other one.
Hey, Brittany.
Hey, Brittany.
What's up? I went to the movies.
Seen any movies?
I saw A Quiet Place. I saw Avengers.
A Quiet Place. What is this?
I saw Deadpool 2.
Well, we can only talk about a few of them this time because we're going to do another episode.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to see another movie.
So let's talk about A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Is it you went to a theater and they just didn't play any movies?
I didn't know what was going to happen because it's like, if they can't talk, how are they going to have dialogue?
Wait, what? Is this the Anne Frank story? What is this?
No, it was a family that was stuck on a farmhouse during an alien invasion.
Oh, God damn it.
Because the aliens...
Are you serious right now?
Yes, the aliens killed by hearing sound.
So they were T-Rexes.
Yeah. No,
T-Rex sees movement. Yeah. Yeah. Because aliens found a way.
Yeah, so that's the whole movie, them trying to be quiet.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was decent.
Were you like, was it like quietly suspenseful? Like the whole time were you like, I can't make a noise either?
No.
Did you feel that way?
No.
Or were you like throwing popcorn and be like, boo! This movie's
that's
trash.
That's because I act in every movie. I just start screaming at the screen.
You do.
Booing it.
You are.
No, it was good. It could have been better, but...
Well, obviously. I mean, that's like the dumbest premise ever.
John Krasinski, like, wrote the screenplay. He needed a little rewrites.
And did they get eaten by aliens? Because no one's going to see this movie.
Some people did, yeah.
But
a lot of people saw the movie.
And then they left and said, I'm never seeing this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Is it worth going to see?
It's worth seeing at
Should
your
I
house.
waste my time?
At your house, yeah, watch it. It's scary in some parts.
Is there whisper? Is it one of these movies where they whisper, and then something's really loud and they whisper?
They do whisper a lot and they sign language.
Do you get text at the bottom of the screen
yes.
so you know what to say?
That would be pretty boring.
Would you recommend this movie to deaf people?
You know, actually there's a hearing impaired actress in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that like the hearing impaired community was kind of pissed off because during the premiere they didn't have captions for the parts that were dialogue. So
well, they have
it captioned the whole time when they're signing, but then when it goes to them speaking, it's not captioned for people that can't hear. So
right.
It's kind of ridiculous. There's a hearing impaired person in the movie.
I mean, I get.
She wouldn't even know what the frick they were saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, she wouldn't have known what they were saying as she was acting in the movie because there's not somebody with cue cards underneath when they are speaking dialogue.
No, but they're still signing.
Yeah, she understood that part.
I don't know if they're still signing. I'm just saying they should have done it through the whole thing.
I see what you're saying.
I get why they...
So do deaf people see a lot of foreign movies?
No, there's a closed captioning in some movies.
In theaters?
Yeah, I think they have glasses that you can put on.
Really?
To see them. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they don't do it for all of them.
Huh. You know, I just had a really dumb thought, and I was like...
I'm sure you thought it.
And it makes absolutely no sense, and I was like, oh, for deaf people, instead of glasses, why didn't they just give them headphones?
Oh my god.
And I'm like, you're an idiot. I instantly called myself an idiot.
Don't send us letters. And I'm just dumb.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It doesn't matter. No one's watching anyway.
No.
Yeah.
It's true. It's cool. Good, because this is awful.
Yeah. We're awful people. But anyway, what else is going... What else?
Oh, I saw Deadpool 2, which was...
We're going to talk about Deadpool 2
good
now?
and funny.
You're not going to save that one? That's fine. Do it.
I've got more movies.
Go.
But they did a time travel, plot.
Oh.
And you know how that goes.
Time travel?
Yeah.
Wait, should I go in the other room as you talk about this?
I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but they use a time travel plot, and you know how those go.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome?
Terminator, you know how much I love Terminator?
Yeah, but they're terrible if you think about it at all.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of holes in the story, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining too, but if you think about it, then you're like, just don't think about it.
We're getting another thumbs up.
No, that's the middle finger.
Oh, that's next.
I recommend seeing that, though. It was good.
Yeah, I want to do the whole Movie Pass thing.
Me too.
That app for $10 a month.
Yeah, but they make you pay for the whole year, don't they?
No.
Upfront? What?
You can go monthly.
What?
And so it's $10 a month, and you get a movie ticket a day to go see anything you want at pretty much any theater in our town. If you do want to see the, I think it includes the IMAX stuff, but it doesn't include 3D.
I don't like 3D.
You have to pay a little
anyway.
extra for 3D.
Fuck
yeah,
3D.
But it's Star Wars I want to see in 3D.
No, you don't.
I want to see Solo.
In 3D.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, girl.
YouTuber that I listen to says that the guy that plays Han Solo is uneffable.
Who says that?
Comic Book Girl 19 says he's uneffable.
Who says that she is the... Yeah, but what do you think? The queen of hot guydom.
It changes for me. Sometimes I look at him
sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's not.
And then sometimes I'm like, eh.
Sometimes a swipe right, sometimes a swipe left.
Yeah, Donald Glover who plays, what's his face?
Lando?
Yeah, Lando, he's hot all the time.
Did you watch the Saturday Night Live with him in it yet?
No.
When he takes his shirt off, it's like, what are you doing? And he's got a gut.
I'll take it.
He's got a little bit of man
but
boob.
He does.
It's like muscly man boob.
He's still
going
hot.
on. It's something really strange.
So you weren't turned on by it?
A little bit.
He did a spoof on A Quiet Place in that.
Did he?
About Kanye.
Oh, is that what that was a spoof on?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, I don't know what's going on in this thing, but it's still funny. And now that I know swoopity swoop, swoopity swap, scoopty poop.
Yeah.
Which I was singing today as I was closing the store.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. And now I want to see that skit again because now I know what the heck they're talking about. Swoop, scoopty poop.
Yep.
Now look what you've done.
Sorry, I mentioned a skit.
I haven't seen anything new. No, I did see. I had The Greatest Show on Earth.
Yeah, we saw that.
Did you sit through it with me?
Yeah, I was sick.
Were you there for... Oh, yeah, you were behind us.
Yeah.
You were sitting in the back row. Yeah, by yourself.
Sniffling.
In the back row. Like someone else we know.
I don't know.
That always sits in the back.
Tony?
Hi, Chad.
Oh.
Anyway.
I don't know.
So,
I didn't know that. So.
Yeah, he always sits in the back row.
Cool, hey.
Goes to movies.
That's awesome. Smart.
Because the back row is where the best sound is.
You can't get stabbed from behind.
No kids can throw juicy fruits at the back of your head.
Yeah, there's so many reasons why the back row is the best.
Oh, yeah? Making out row?
No, just that being...
This is a making out row.
I've never made out in a theater.
What?
And I want to vomit thinking
Ever?
about it. Ever.
I know one time my girlfriend wanted to make out with me in the theater, and I'm like, no! I've been waiting forever for this movie to come out. Leave me alone.
What movie was it?
I made a awesome choice. Because at first I was like, oh no, what have I done? Because the movie started, and it was just like, what is happening?
Uh-huh.
And then the movie got into it, and I'm like, I'm very proud of myself.
Get your face away from me.
You know what it was?
What?
Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first few minutes where the giant acorn comes out of the sky and then those stupid things come walking out, you're like, what the hell is happening? And then and I was like, oh, I made a terrible mistake. And
Come back.
And then the movie started. No, she sat next to me and sulked the whole time. And then the movie started, and then just the whole time I just had like the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah.
And I saw it at like a movie theater in a mall.
Ugh.
Yeah, so everything was sticky.
I don't even want to think about it.
So that was, I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I want to watch Fifth Element again.
Yeah, let's watch it down here.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But can Finn see that movie?
No.
He's 6. I think he can.
See, I made the mistake.
There's only the one point with Ruby Rod.
Yeah, and
but otherwise,
then she's naked.
Well, he's... And
then they're naked in the thing together.
In what thing?
At the end, where she's, like, getting regenerated or whatever during that pod thing.
Yeah.
So there's some nudity, and then some...
Wait, she gets regenerated twice?
Well, they're inside of that together after she got, like, almost killed.
I don't remember. I know they regenerated her the first time from just the hand that they find.
Yeah.
And that guy's, like, perfect.
She's in that same thing with him, and they're, like, naked.
Yeah. And then they go into the stomach of the blue singing girl and pull the thing
out. There's several things.
Why are you going to throw up off of that?
I just don't like gross stuff. The liquid.
You have, like, no... Come here.
Come
here, let me fix your glasses.
I got it.
You have, like, no tolerance for nothing. You're like school and no tolerance time. I got.
You're like school in the South.
No tolerance. Wow. How many people are we going to offend in this show?
No one's going to listen.
Because now we've offended all of the South. We've offended deaf people. We've offended...
I didn't offend deaf people.
Traumatized children. We've offended...
I'm not taking on your offenses.
If you're offended, please let us know so we can add you to the list. Because we're going all out today.
Don't no one be offended.
All right.
We're the nicest.
Don't no one be offended.
I said don't.
Grammar Nazi, we offended the Nazis.
Don't want to offend the Nazis.
Nope. What other enemies can we make? I don't know.
I'm going to go to bed.
No, we got to do episode number 2 after this. So, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, yo. We need the wrap it up button.
Okay.
Okay, so, yeah. So you're listening to us again live on Twitch, unless you're listening to this not live on iTunes or Stitcher Radio or Google Play or any of those. All that, or Pinecast, where we're hosted. With Basta, there, I had to say it. Yeah, follow us and click the likey buttons and click the follows and the subscribes and the whoop whoops and the whoopity scoops. Yeah. So tune in next time where the gaming never ends as long as you press continue.
Bye.